Hi, welcome back to Outdoor Gear and Skills. I just got back from a trip to Italy. We were there for about 11 days. Actually got to go see Metallica in concert in Bologna, so that was awesome. I saw them here in Houston last June, so that was really cool to actually see a concert outside the United States, and especially Metallica. It was at a Bologna soccer stadium, so it was really cool. But before I left, I did a video on these vacuum seal bags, and we bought these to, try to compact everything, and it's a lifesaver. We really had to do it, and as it turned out, we ended up taking too many things. I took some clothes that it was just too hot to wear. I ended up wearing shorts a lot. I was wearing my breathable 32-degree polo shirts a lot, just because it was quite warm there and we were walking around a lot. So this really helped to have these. So I got 6 of the 20-inch, 6 of the 24-inch, and then 6 of I believe it's 28-inch, which is too big for our suitcases. So these two worked really well for the 2 suitcases we took. And in filling them up, they stayed a little more pliable than I expected, actually. I thought it would be quite rigid, but we were able to kind of bend it a little bit so I could fold this over. Gave me room at the top of both suitcases to put shoes and different things like that, so it worked really well. We took extras with us just in case, something was going on or we had to do stuff. My wife got some scarves for daughters-in-law, moms, that kind of thing. So we're able to put in these and seal them up, and it worked really well. So I did have, the night before we came back, it looked like one of these wasn't holding very well. I could tell it was filling up with air a little bit, and I ended up using the plastic piece. Again, you just throw that across the zipper and it helps do it really well. In the beginning, when I was testing it, I was just using my fingers to tighten it. This actually gets it a little tighter, but they sent a bunch of these. I bet there's maybe 10 or 12 of these that they sent. So I just threw a few in my backpack to keep them with me. And then it was, just a small vacuum to suck it out. And I ended up charging it, I think, the last night that we were there. We would unpack when we were in Florence, and then we spent about 4 days in Florence. When we went to Bologna, we packed everything up again, vacuum sealed everything. And then the same thing when we went from Bologna back to Florence. So this thing's really lightweight and does a great job. But one of these looked like it was getting air back inside of it. I went and resealed it again and just kind of cranked that down and got it pretty tight. Sucked out the air, and then we went and I think took a shower and all that, let it sit for a few hours to see, and it held that time. So I think I just didn't have the seal quite tight enough on that one, but these worked really well. These were a lifesaver. We were able to just put stuff in it. When I went to go pack, I think leaving for Italy, I put too much in here, and so it was kind of big. But one of the things that I noticed on this is when I got it all loaded up and I zipped it down and I put this on it, if I kind of push down on the bag, it helped kind of flatten stuff where it might, if one pile was a little bit higher than the other, it might be weird. And so I kind of pushed down any lumps in it, and it really helped kind of flatten it out. These things were a lifesaver. So none of them failed. I used, I think, coming back 10 or 11 of the 12, and they all worked really well. So really happy with that. Lifesaver. I think what I'll probably do is just use these even when I'm going on, a day trip, or not day trip, but like a short trip. When I take off to Utah for a long weekend or something like that, I may throw them in. I'd love to get a little bit smaller one that would fit in my backpack, because I like to take, you know, a shirt, pair of socks, you know, some, just maybe a pair of shorts, some clothes to have with me in case I check a bag and it gets lost, or, you know, whatever the case is. Typically your stuff doesn't get lost indefinitely, but you know, just in case I have to do something like that. We are going to go to California and Utah in a few weeks, so I'll be using these again for that. But I think I paid $34 for this 18-piece set. It was a lifesaver. It was so nice to just have everything compact, stack it in the suitcase. It gave me some room up the side where I could put like the toiletry bags and that kind of thing. And then, like I said, shoes at the top, so it worked out really well. So glad I got these. I'm glad that I got it early so that I could test it, kind of put stuff in, see how to pack it, that kind of thing. So it worked out really well. I'd highly recommend these. I would love to hear if you have used these, what your thought is, if you have another packing trick that you do instead, or what the case is. As always, thanks for watching Outdoor Gear and Skills, and we'll see you out there.